Hello everyone, thanks for watching this video. So this is the sixth video of Spring Boot and Microservices live project series. Till now we have developed two services. First one is that product manufacturer and second one is that Flipkart. We registered both the services inside the Eureka naming server. As well as we also communicated from one microservice to other microservices using Feign client. And since our both the microservices is running on multiple ports, in this project we are running on 3 ports. So just to distribute the load, we are using the ribbon load balancing also. So we configure the ribbon load balancing also. And now we are going to develop the another service, which is the Amazon. Amazon service also having the same set of operation what Flipkart had. So in the same way also we are going to develop the Amazon services or Amazon microservices. Here also we are going to write the Feign client in order to get the product detail from product manufacturer. Once Amazon will done, then we are going to create another microservices which is API compare portal. And here we are going to write the operation to compare the both the product prices. Okay, so now coming to the Amazon. So in Amazon we are going to write the six services which is again similar to the our Flipkart. And for Amazon, as per my system configuration, I have reserved 3 port which is 8082, 8382, 8482. And the DB schema is also same as we are making the consistent DB for all, just not to have the complicated business logic. Okay, so I have already created the template project of Amazon, just not to have long video. So here this is the main application file where this is the Spring Boot application which is state that it is Spring Boot project, and obviously you have only run method here. Following with that, we will be having the enable discovery client annotation which is used to register our product inside the Eureka naming server. Apart from that, coming to the our application.properties file which is similar. This will tell that okay, this application is going to run on 8082 port. Name of the application is Amazon, and this is the MongoDB related configuration, and this is the our general log related configuration. And here we are registering, here we are providing Eureka URL where our Eureka is running. So, and this is the key. So our project is getting registered inside the Eureka. Anyhow, in last video we already know step by step how to register any of the application inside the Eureka naming server. Okay. Now coming to the controller area. Inside the controller, I have already written few sample code or few unique code, and here we will be having some set of services like add all product from product manufacturer. So this is basically going to have a Feign client call here, so that we will call the product manufacturer and we will save all the data, all the product detail inside the Amazon. And this is the product by ID. Once we save, then we need to fetch the details, product details by ID. This is get all the product. This is the add product. If you want to write some in-house product which is not available in product manufacturers, so this service will help us to write this. Update, if we want to change any details later point of time, then we are going to have the put mapping for update. And also we will be having the delete product. If product is no more valid, then we are going to perform the delete operations, right? This is all about the controller. Since we are using the MongoDB repository, MongoDB database, MongoDB, so we are using the MongoDB repository here. And this is the Feign client related interface I have already created, but going to write now. Model means this is the our basically Pojo class or entity class, whatever we can say. And this is the basically our collection name. Since we are using the NoSQL MongoDB, so in NoSQL we will be having the collection. So collection name is Amazon, and these are all the attribute we will be having. Few of the request. This is the Amazon request where we have the ID per WID. This is the unique ID and name and prices. And then response we will be having kinds of status code, status message. Port means from which the microservices is running on multiple ports. So we also need to know that from where we are getting the response and from which application we are getting the response. And this is the data, product details. This is the interface of services. This 6 operation we are going to perform as per the controller that just now we have seen it. And this is our services. Services having also some set of standard code, but we are going to implement in this video only. Swagger, we know how to create the Swagger, how to configure the Swagger. This is the basic configuration we already know in earlier couples of video. Okay, so this all is our product structure. Okay, now we are going to start from the controller. Okay, so our first services say that okay, so our first services say that okay, we are going to add the data inside the Amazon DB. In order to get the data, first we need to call our product manufacturer services. Okay, and this is our product manufacturer services. Inside the product manufacturer services, we wanted to know that which services is exactly returning all the data. Okay, so just Control O to get all products. So this service is basically returning all the product from the warehouse controller or product manufacturer services. So our target is to get the product detail. So basically we are going to make a call on these services only, right? In order to do that, first the first thing is that we need to call through the same URI. Okay, and the response structure should be same, then only data mapping will happen correctly, right? So we will copy from here to here. Okay, now we'll come to the our Amazon. We'll go to the Feign client that we have already created, proxy. Okay, and here we are going to basically write it. Okay, this method name can be anything. Only thing is that this URL should be same as per how they have. Okay, so what we are going to write here is that get product details from or Feign from product manufacturer. Okay, the name becomes big, but just for our convenience. Okay, and we don't have warehouse response here, so we don't need this one, but we will make sure that the structure of the response should be same. So instead of warehouse response, we will be having Amazon response. Here it is, Amazon response. Okay, so now we are good till now here. Now in order to make a Feign client call, so we will be writing the one annotation @Feign client. Okay, and this annotation accept two argument. First argument is the name, the application name, where these services are available. And second argument is the URL where this service is exactly running it, right? So where this is running. So now in order to get the application name, we'll go to the product manufacturer, we'll go to the resources, we'll go to the application.properties file, and we will search for the spring.application.name, and this is our name. Okay, so now we come to the our repository and we will pass it here. So this is the application where this get all product is running. Okay, and then also we are going to say that okay, on which port it is running. So since this is our local Eclipse, so local host, and it is running on 8080. If we will go to the application.properties file, default port is 8080. We can also run this on multiple port, that we will see. Okay, and anyhow we know how to run a project in Eclipse on multiple port. So we have passed the two argument in Feign client annotation. First one is the name of the application or name of the microservices from where we are going to fetch this REST call. Okay, and thus URL where this services is running, right? That's all. This is one thing configuration. Now we are going to call this interface inside our controller. Okay, and we are going to write inside the Amazon controller. We have already auto wired the proxy that we supposed to call, right? Now what we will do is that using this proxy we are basically going to call that method. Okay, how we'll do that? Inside the controller, inside the try block, or even though try block is not required, if required that is fine. So here we will have the this method, right? This method is basically going to give the response to us, and the response will be, this is the response we are getting it from where? Product manufacturer. And that response actually we are going to store inside the Amazon response. Done. So we receive the response here, means we receive the data from product manufacturer here. Okay, so let's put some logger. So logger dot info response from product manufacturer. And what is the response? Is the responses. Okay, now this response basically now we are going to save inside the our database, right? This is only our basic goal, right? So from response, in response if you see, we will be getting many things, code, message, port, app, but we don't need all those things. We only need we are interested inside the product detail for now, in order to save the data, right? So we will get the product details, and once we'll get the product detail, which is the again a list type, right? Is Amazon TO. Okay, so product details. Okay, now done. Now we have the service instance here like Amazon service. So inside the service what we will do, dot, we will see, we will have some service add product manufacturer from product, right? So basically we are going to pass this list only which has all the product details. Done. Now we'll go to the Amazon service. This is the interface. We'll go to the implementation of this one. And here if you see here, we also have some set of predefined code already written. So we are receiving the product details here. which is in form of list. So first we are going to traverse, and during traverse only we are going to save also, right? So for okay, so product manufacturer Amazon TO done, and we are also going to create the Amazon product, which is our entity basically. You see here inside the DO, Amazon product is our entity. Okay, so we are going to translate this one. Okay, equal to, right, and in this object only we are only going to set it all the data. So first we will retrieve all the data from here. To dot get, what are the things? Get ID, get product ID, get name, and get prices. Get prices. And then we are going to set, these are all details inside our entity, right? Get ID, get ID, get name, get prices. And what we'll do? We will just cut it. ID will go in ID, product ID will go in product ID, name will go inside the name, and prices will go inside the prices. So we have set the data here. Okay, what is the problem it is thinking to? We are getting the TO data. Okay, here it's supposed to set, right? Fine. So we have set the data. Okay, now what we have to do? See, first thing is that we receive the data from product manufacturer. We are about to save our data here, but our business requirement is that we just brought the data, buy the data in wholesale prices, right? But we are going to save the data with our business rule. Our business means Amazon business rule, like what profit Amazon wanted to have for this product, right? In order to do that, there will be two things: cost price and selling price. This is the cost price, what we are getting it. Now we are going to implement the selling price. So selling price code I have already implemented it. It is just the straightforward code. There, if the cost price is less than 100, the profit Amazon wanted to have is 55%. If cost price is greater than 100 and less than 500, selling price should be 48% it is expecting to have, or it is making. If cost price is greater than 500 and less than 1000, it is making the 43% of the profit. In similar way, for all possible set, we have defined predefined data, means percentage of profit, right? So our this util code is ready, which is nothing but our Amazon selling price. Amazon selling price is nothing but it is expecting the argument as a cost price, and cost price is what? Cost price is nothing but this one, that what we are receiving it, right? Here from here. We'll copy it from here, okay, and we will say that, okay, long cost price, okay, and this cost price we are going to pass inside the selling price method, which is returning us the selling price, okay, long selling price. So we got the cost price that we pass it here inside the this util logic, and we got the selling price. Now this price we are not going to save it inside the DB. So we are just commenting it. So now which price we are going to save? We are going to save the selling price. Okay. So now basically we are saving the selling price. Now our object is ready to save. Now we will call the DAO dot save, right? Inside that we are going to pass the Amazon product, right? So now this code is done. What is the problem here? One extra bracket. Okay. So we are done with this code. Basically we are able to do the add operation, and this code work only when our services are up and running. Which services are up and running? Product manufacturer services should be up and running. Why? Because we are fetching the data from product manufacturer service. Okay. Now coming to the controller. What controller got is that controller received the message. If you see here, this one is returning the, okay, we have not written anything, right? So after successful save, we are going to say that data saved successfully. Okay. So basically this message is returning the string. So now we are going to catch the response in string only. This is nothing but status message. Okay. And for that we have the response, my response. I mean this response is that we are receiving from product manufacturer, and this is the our internal response that we are going to return it to from these services. So here basically we are going to set the port first thing dot set port app name. Okay. Dot set port app name status code and a status message. We are not interested to return the data that we already saved it. Okay, we are just going to say that okay, data saved successfully. Now status message will be this one. Okay, status code will be, I mean default we can say 200, or what we can do is that we are not going to write the 200 here. What we will see that, see, we are at the end we are getting response from here, but anyhow we are translating the response and then we are saving it, but exactly we are getting response from here only. So what we will do is that from this response only we will get the status code. Okay, now done. Status message, status code, and app name also we wanted to see from which services I am getting it, right? So technically now we are getting it from get product details, I mean product manufacturers. So set app name, right? Okay. Now we also wanted to see, since this application is running on multiple port and we have implemented the load balancing using ribbon client. So we wanted to see for each request or for each hit from which port I am getting the responses. So the port number will also get it from that responses only. So if you see these all details we are getting from the product manufacturer response, and this message we are getting from the our code whether data got saved successfully or not. Okay, done. And now we are going to return this response here. So our one services is done. Now we are going to implement the second services, which is nothing but whatever the data we have said that we can fetch through ID. So that path param is ID now. Okay, and in try catch block we have the services instance service dot get product details by ID, and here is the ID. We are passing this ID. We will go to the implementation, and also there we have the some sample code written, okay, for get by ID. So here is the ID and here is the try catch block. So DAO dot, here we have the find by ID, FIND, find by ID, and here we are passing the ID. So this will return the data which is associated with the input ID, and this basically return you the Amazon product that we saved it. And the return type will be optional interface. Optional of which type? Amazon product. OPTI OPTIONAL. Optional. Okay, remove this one. Right here, create local variable. Okay, another way. If you are missing the return type, you just use this trick. Okay. Now let's have some logger here saying that what data we have received it, right? Okay. So Amazon product that we are going to pass it. Now what we will do is that we will get the data from this optional interface and set into the our response. How to get the data? Dot get dot get ID. We'll get ID, copy from here to here, get product ID, get product name, get product prices, right? And where we are going to save inside the TO, right? So here is our TO dot set ID, set ID, set name, set prices. Okay, so this is the ID, name, price, whatever it is. This price is after having our means Amazon selling price. This will giving you the selling price. Okay, ID, product ID, name, and prices, right? Done. So now what we will, okay, basic, this is returning the list, right? So inside the list we will pass this one TO. Okay, done. So we got the data. Okay, so this guy is returning list of Amazon TO. Okay, we'll go to the controller and we will save it here. Okay, we'll say the Amazon data. Okay, and what we will do is that we are interested to return the data that we saved, right? So inside the my response we are going to set message is custom. I mean from here only we'll put set port our application. Okay, they're not making any fin call. Set status code and then set app name done, message done, port done, product details. Okay, so message what we will do, status code. Okay, success, port is nothing but the our port, Status code is nothing but 200. App name, our app only. Data is the list that it is returning it. That's all. So our response is done. So we are able to write another services also. Now same way we are going to get all the product, right? In order to get all the product, the same operation will be same, like service dot get all product from Amazon. Here no argument required. We'll directly move to the implementation area, means inside the services. Okay. Now here we have the try catch block. Inside the try catch, we have the DAO dot find all. Basically, this is going to do the return the select star. Okay, and this is the again the list type, right? Amazon product list equal to this one. Create the variable Amazon product. We will iterate this one, and from here we will get all the details and we will set it into the our TO, right? So get ID, get ID, get name, get prices. Okay, and we are going to create the object of TO. Okay, and inside the TO we are going to set our all the data. ID, prices, right? So ID will go in ID. I wish some Eclipse shortcut would have for this one. This product ID will go inside the product ID. Name will go inside the product name, and prices will go inside the project prices. So this is as simple as it is. Okay. Now here we are returning the list. So what we will do is that inside the list we will add it. What we are going to add? TO. Done. So we are done. Now list object is this one. Okay. Okay, done. So we have added the data successfully here and we are returning the list. Okay. Copy this one, come to the controller and says, okay, we got the list of Amazon product that this is nothing but get all, right? So get all is nothing but we are going to set the data also. So the response will be similar to this one. Just copy this one from here, paste it here. Okay, just change this. That's all. This is success port 200 app name and the data what it is returning. That's all. Now coming to the add update. Add is nothing but if you want to add some more product which is not available inside the product manufacturer, that is your own, right? So in that way we are going to have the add, right? So this is which one? Get. Okay, till now we are in get only. So this is the add. So this is the basically data we have and which is going to add. Service dot add product to manufacturer is Amazon list. Okay, so that one was the first that we already done. Okay, and request we already passed. That's all. we'll go to the direct implementation class, which is now service, and here we also have the some sample code written, right? We got the request. Okay, now what we'll do is that we will traverse this request. Okay, null and all that we can check to later. So this is the request which is supposed to come here. Okay, the product, I mean fine. Why this is the error? Okay, so the this types right, not done. So we are going to get the data from request and we will set it and then save it. That's all. Done. So once we are done, and the same data we will add it to the list. The list is this one. What we are going to add? Our product. So once this things is done, then we are in try catch DAO dot. There is a method called save. Save record repository dot insert. Insert is our MongoDB. So here inside the insert we are going to pass the product list. Okay. So now once data saved successfully, and in status message we will say data inserted successfully. Okay, so we are able to save the data, and the same string we are returning saying that our data is saved now. Okay, we'll come to the controller and we'll see status message what it. We will capture the response in status message. Copy same everything and just paste it here. Success port 200 status message what is returning from the services, and we are not returning any data, so this will not require, right? So this is the add. Now update, inside the update by ID, right? So what we can do is that, okay, service dot update. So here we are expecting one request. So what we can do here is that the best way is that inside the request we will set it the data. That's all. This is the best way. Okay. So what we can do here, request we will get the data directly. We can set set ID. What is the ID? It is coming it from this same request. We will pass it here. That's all. No problem, right? And then we'll go to the update implementation of update, and we have the request now, right? And what we can do here is that this is the one data, right? Not the list. So need not to traverse from all the way. So we will get everything from it. Okay. So we have mapped our requests. Now with the help of DAO dot save, here we are going to pass the product, right? Save or update, and after successful save, you can say that status message equal to data updated successfully. This is the update, right? Don't worry, I have committed all the code into the Git and the code details will available in video description. Don't worry. So this is done. We are returning the string, right? We'll go to the controller. We will get our response here and we will copy the same response and we will paste it here. Okay, the same response we are sending it. Done. So delete is same. I mean service.delete, we are passing the ID and with the ID we are deleting the data. See here we are adding, we are deleting the data, that's it. So here the check is that once data got deleted successfully, then success equal to true or else success equal to false. So once success is true, then we are saying that data deleted successfully. If success is false, then there is a problem while deleting the data. So technically we are done with the all the implementation. Okay. So now what we'll do is that we will run the application one by one. What do you mean one by one? First, Eureka server has to run. Okay, because all the applications are registered inside the Eureka server only. So once Eureka server will run, then only all the application will registered inside that. So let Eureka server run successfully. Meanwhile, we have our all the DB created here. This is the DB basically MongoDB, and once data inserted successfully, we will be able to see here Amazon. Okay, and inside data also, like how we have for Flipkart and product manufacturers. Eureka is started now. Okay, copy the port detail, go to the browser. This is the till 5th we have already uploaded and this is the 6th video. Now Eureka server instance is up, right? Now second service, which one has to run? Product manufacturer, because from product manufacturer only Amazon is receiving the data. Right click, run as Java application. So now I wanted to run this one on one port, which is 8080. Our product manufacturer is running successfully and it got registered also. See, product manufacturer running on 8080. Now we don't have to run Flipkart now since Flipkart is no more involved inside the Amazon. Right? Now we will run the Amazon. Right click, run as Java application. Hope we won't get any error here. Right click. Amazon I want to run on 8082. Okay, it is throwing the exception saying that field proxy in controller required a bin type proxy that couldn't be found. Okay, so what is happening is that our Feign client couldn't be able to find this one proxy. Why? Why? So we'll go to the Feign. We'll see here it looks good, but this couldn't be find. So who is scanning? Scanning is done on main class only, right? Okay, so here is the problem. This guy is only scanning, right, at the startup only, right? So here one annotation we need to add saying that enable Feign clients, enable Feign clients, and here we need to pass the argument where exactly our proxy are there. So proxy are there inside the Feign, but generally what we'll do, we will pass the global package. Suppose that if more more Feign you will create, so you need to pass multiple package, right? So to avoid that, you need to pass the global. So here we can pass it. So we have passed the Amazon Feign clients, right? Done. Now let's run now 8082 port. Okay, so our Amazon service is also running now successfully. We'll see it got registered or not. So if you see, Amazon is also got registered on 8082. Let's get the Amazon pin URL. Sorry, Swagger URL. And here is the Swagger for Amazon. So what Amazon is doing initially is that it is fetching all the data from product manufacturer. Okay, and this is the add product manufacturer details. Okay, yeah, we are making a get column, right? So try it out. So data saved successfully. Fine. Port is 8080. Fine. And from where we got the response? Product manufacturer. From product manufacturer, which is running on 8080, we receive the data and we have saved the data in our application. Okay. So now we'll go to the our MongoDB. Go to the schema, right click and refresh it. Okay. You see now, right? 12 data got inserted. You see here, we must be able to see all the 12 data. See here, and the data came from the product manufacturer. So our Feign is working here. Okay. Others operations are optional. Add will do later. Get is nothing but our get all product. Okay. So so we have added the product. Now we'll do get all. Get all. If you see, the prices is increased now. Okay, right? Prices is increased, depends upon the Amazon business. Amazon selling price. So get all is also working, and get by ID. Just pass it here one, right? We are able to get the data one. Okay. Which one remains same? Update. Update. What will update? One. One. Unnecessary. We need to put the data. Let it be update. You can try it yourself. This is also working fine. I need to put more data and delete. Update and delete. You can try yourself, right? And delete. I don't want to delete that. Okay, we can delete it, but the data deleted successfully. And now right click, refresh. Okay, the data shouldn't be there for one. That's what I'm thinking. Right click, 11, right? Here it is showing 12. Wait for, see here 11. One is no, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, one is missing now. In order to do that, what we can do? Okay, 1 second. We can try for the update also. What we will do? Go to ID, pass here 2, try it out. Okay, and now we will go to the update. Okay, update to product ID. What is the product ID? This one is the product ID. Okay, we pass name is inside the name. What we will do is that this is the same name we cannot give, right? Here we can put update prices 1287. Okay, now we are trying to update. Let's see. Data updated successfully from Amazon, response is coming. So we have updated the data for 2, right? So we'll go here somewhere, you will see this not there. Right click, okay, go to the 2, and this is the only we have updated it. You see, right? This got updated, which is fine. Our all the API is working perfectly. So we have deleted some data. We don't want to delete now. We will again click the add operation. So all the data will add it. Okay, data inserted successfully. It was 11. Now if I will refresh it, it should be 12, and updated shouldn't be there, right? And let's run this query now. And here it is for 2, right? Update is not there. So this is the fresh data. So now what is happening is that our code is running perfectly. Okay, there is no problem with that. We are able to fetch the data from product manufacturer. Now there is the same situation is coming now again. Situation is that, let me stop all the services, otherwise it will not allow me to write the code here. Okay, so the situation is the same here, is that if we are fetching the data from product manufacturer, which is running on now one port, but the product manufacturer can run on multiple port also, right? But if it will run on multiple port, here we have hard coded the port, so we cannot able to get that visibility, or that is dynamic port changes won't happen since we have hard coded it, right? In order to overcome this one, we are going to remove this one, right? Which is done. But how Feign client will got to know that from which port it is running it? So for that, we will be having the application.properties file. Inside the application.properties file, we will tell that Amazon that okay, the product manufacturer services are running on this 3 port, which is 8080, 8180 and 8381. Okay, and the key will be okay, and the key will be application name. This will say that product manufacturer is running on this server, and this is the ribbon.server's name. This is the key, and for this key, this is the value, meaning that this service is running on this 3 port. Now we got the key. Now problem is that who is responsible to read this key? As name itself here saying ribbon. Who is responsible? Ribbon is only responsible to read the key, right? So how ribbon will enable? So for that we will add ribbon client. Okay, and I need to tell that ribbon that okay, this is the product manufacturer. This is the product which is running. So what will happen is that ribbon have the argument of product manufacturer. With this argument, this will go to the application.properties file and search the key which is start with this one. Okay. Now ribbon got this key. Ribbon will read this all details. Okay. And the ribbon got all the informations here. Okay. Now ribbon has the responsibility to distribute the load among these 3 server, which is available inside here. So ribbon will do 2 tasks. Ribbon will read the code detail as well as ribbon will distribute the load also. Feign client will ask at the end to ribbon only. Feign client has only information that okay, my this service is running on this product. This service is running on this microservice. That's all. Now let everything ribbon client handle. Okay. Now let's try. So what we have done is that manufacturer service running on 8080. So first let's run Eureka naming server. Okay. Don't forget this is the Windows. Okay. Anytime it can hang. So let Eureka naming server up and running, and all the services should be registered itself. Eureka server is running successfully. Now we will go to the product manufacturer. We will start the product manufacturer. Right click, run as application on 3 port now, since we have configured 3 port. First one is default 808. Okay, so product manufacturer ran on one port, which is 8080. Now this supposed to be run on second port 8180. Now it should be run on third port, which is nothing but 8181. Okay, now let's check inside the Eureka naming server, refresh it, and see if all the services got registered or not. So now product manufacturer running on 3 services and all 3 are up. Okay, now what we will do, we will Eureka running, product manufacturer running. Now let's run the Amazon services. Amazon can run only on one port, no problem, since no one is calling Amazon now. Okay, so 8082. So now Amazon is also running successfully, right? So let's verify on Eureka server. You see Amazon is also running on 8082, right? Now what we'll do is that we will refresh the Swagger and we will do the operation same. I mean only one operation we need to do, which is nothing but the add product manufacturer. The main motivation to do this operation alone is that since this operation is only making Feign call, and we need to understand that okay, really we are able to receive the information from all the 3 ports where our product manufacturer is running, and also really load balancing is happening through the ribbon clients or not. That is the only main motivation, right? So let's click on try out. Okay, time out, since we are doing everything in local is normal thing. Okay, now second thing it works, second time it works, right? The status code 200, data saved successfully, port number this one, and product this. Let's copy this response, okay, and paste it here. Okay, now let me click again, let me hit the same request again. Okay, now copy this one and paste it here. Let me try again, copy this one, paste it here. Let me try again, copy this one, paste it here. Let me try again. Okay, so each time when we hit that request, what is happening is that data is getting inserted successfully, response is also coming from the product manufacturer, no problem that. But if you see here, the port name is getting changed. First time when we hit, the response came from 8180. Second times when we hit, response came from 8181. Third times 8180. Fourth times 8080. So the load is getting distributed. But this is not predictable that, or this is unpredictable that from which port we will get the response. Okay, this algorithm only ribbon client has. Okay, we don't have on control on that, so we cannot predict it. But we, if you see, right, port number is getting keep changing on each and every hit. So that's the only I wanted to show you here. So now basically we are done with the Amazon also. In next video we are going to integrate the API gateway, as well as we are going to develop one more services called API Poti Compare Portal. And for this portal only we have did all those background tasks till now. Okay, stay tuned. Thanks for watching this video.